pair of gardening gloves. I think I've seen, it must have been one of the English goalkeepers wearing them. Could have been Ray Clemens, I think, or Pat Jennings. And I got a pair, I think my parents got a pair for the garden that looks a bit like that, so I wore them. I don't think they're any good though. The team that I sort of supported here was Gary Bailey in goal, and he had the blonde hair and all that. He was a big hero of mine.
And what a save by Bailey!
They always try to dress like him, and like the young kids are doing at this moment, trying to dress up like me or David Beckham or whoever it is. Danish pastry is actually an English invention, I think, because we don't eat that much in Denmark. We have it, but it's not as popular as over here. I've been a cleaner in old people's home, and I've worked with the World Wildlife Fund. I've worked as an advertisement agent at a local newspaper. I've been working, putting carpets on, carpet fitter, all sorts of things. I never stayed long enough in any job to sort of pick up the skills completely. When you see players, they say obviously all the time, obviously, we played well, we got 3 points, and all that, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying all the time, so.
Det bliver det nødt til. Hvis du ikke har nogen målsætning, så stagnerer du. Når du stagnerer, jamen, så er der kun en vej, og det er nedad. Og det er der ingen af os, der er interesseret i her.
I think I do, yeah. At the end of the day, I think it's a good expression. We don't have expressions like that in Denmark, and I love the way the English they come up with all these different kinds of expressions. They drag words together, make 2 words into one, and you can't do that in Danish. And I think it sounds really good. So I like that expression at the end of the day. I think I've been up once or twice before I actually scored, and on one occasion I did have a big chance where I headed it down. I hit it down into the defender's head, and it went for the corner. And I thought I could have done better. I was very disappointed with myself there.
Desperate times need desperate measures. It's Schmeichel.
The defender, the way he was marking was so funny, because he was looking at me the way that you're looking at me now. So all you had to do was one dummy, and then I was past him, and he had to turn to come after me, and the ball was just there.
Schmeichel! He's claimed the goal!
It wasn't one of the best goals, but I think it was in my book, it's a classic. I do enjoy playing the piano. It's such a difficult instrument to play, and every time I sit down, it's such a challenge, I pick something completely out of my league, something I'd never ever learned to play, and I just work bar by bar. I don't think I was ever called anything but Pete or Schmeichel. I was always the one to give nicknames, and I think at one point I was a bit of a bully in school. I'm afraid to admit that, sorry.